As you can tell behind us, there's a reason that this is called Crystal River. You can see right through it. You can see right to the ground. You can see all the fish, and there's a reason for that. It's because our government protects it. One of those people who does that is Joyce Palmer. She is a refuge manager with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Joyce, this is really nice.
Thanks.
Quite beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful place.
Yeah, well, can you tell us a little bit about how you protect and do conservation in terms of the manatees?
Yes, well, we're at Three Sisters Springs, which is part of the Crystal River National Wildlife Refuge. And the refuge was actually established in 1983 for the protection of manatees and their habitats.
Then Joyce, and I can't think of a better authority to ask this to, why is this the manatee capital of the world?
Well, it's the numbers of manatees that come here. The warm water springs in Kings Bay draws them here, and this is the largest wintering population of manatees in the state of Florida and beyond.
And you can swim with them.
You can. There's a lot of tour companies here that offer swim with tours, and they can bring you out to areas near the springs where you can view manatees and swim with them. We encourage a passive observation where you're not chasing or poking or prodding, doing those kinds of activities, but just a gentle observation where you're floating in the water watching the manatees. And then for people who can't swim, don't like to swim, or the water is too cold for them, they can come here to Three Sisters Springs and see manatees from the boardwalk.
And what's great about this boardwalk is that it's totally wheelchair accessible too.
It is. The property itself, you can come by wheelchair and actually come in from the front gate and wheel all the way here to the boardwalk and see manatees.
That sounds beautiful, and you guys can go in boats and you can snorkel and meet manatees. It's all thanks to people like Joyce that they are protected and safe. So thank you, Joyce. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay, as we continue to explore the Crystal River area, we're actually on the water now, since we're talking about the river. This is Gary Bartell. He is the owner of River Adventure Tours. I want to first talk about why Homosassa and Crystal River is such a great fishing spot, one of the best in the whole state of Florida.
The Homosassa and Crystal River is considered world-class fishing because of the natural scenery that we have here with the mangrove islands, the clear water, the clean ecosystem, and not to mention the great fishery we have.
Yeah, and not only fishing, but scalloping.
That's our keystone.
Yeah, what happens? A guide takes you out. How does that guide help you when you go on that tour?
Best way to explain scalloping, it's an underwater Easter egg hunt. So a guide is taking you where he or she knows where there's going to be scallops because they were out the day before. You get out there in that clear water, you start snorkeling around, and you're just finding these little jewels of the nature coast just laying on the bottom, and you pick them up, put them in your bag, and you go on to the next one.
Tell me real quick, I know scallop season is a specific time. Another reason why you should have a guide in the first place.
Well, the season typically is from July to September. It changes each year. This one is, for 2020, is going to be July 1st to September 24th.
We're passing by Fish Market. You can see that behind us. So I wanted to ask you about, I keep hearing this phrase, fish to fork. Keep saying fish to fork. What does that mean, Gary?
Well, that means that you are going to enjoy the freshest fish possible because you just caught it on one of your guide experiences here. So you catch that trophy fish, put it inside the cooler, come back to one of the many restaurants that we have on one of the rivers here, and the restaurant will fully prepare it for you as fresh as possible.
Gary, can you kind of help us understand the aura of Homosassa?
So, I mean, if you look around us, this is pure old Florida. I mean, this is Florida at its finest. Before the big developments and before the theme parks, this is where it all started, and we still have it here. So not only are you coming here to enjoy the world-class fishing and scalloping, but you have all the scenery right behind you. I mean, it's just to go take a boat tour. It's an incredible place to come visit.
Old Florida lives here.
That's it. This is old Florida.
Perfect. Well, Gary, thank you for having us. I appreciate seeing old Florida for ourselves, and I hope you guys get to too. Thank you, Gary.
Absolutely. Thank you, Danny.